Hello, thanks for clicking. I'm Mark Morse. Today I want to continue um, supporting indie artists, especially recording artists. And I came across a young man recently. I was taken there because YouTube suggested a video to me. It was a vinyl video about his most recent haul and his strange, bizarre experience about meeting Art Garfunkel. Anyway, I watched the video, and within the video, he started talking about a record that he had made and mentioned his Bandcamp page. And I love to listen to new music if I can find anything that I like. So I went over there. 9 times out of 10, it's usually not anything I'm interested in. But this one grabbed me right away, and before I knew it, I had listened to the entire album and was buying it. And it's on vinyl. The young man's name is Don Cole. This is the record. It's called Level Green. Kind of an unassuming album cover. Kind of puts me in mind of those singer-songwriters like James Taylor, something like that. That's what the album cover reminds me of. The back is a little more mysterious. That's the song listing there. The resolution and just the photograph itself, it reminds me of growing up in the 70s. It just kind of gives me that feel. What I want to say about Don, I don't know much about him, just what I've seen on his YouTube page, which I'll link below, plus the Bandcamp that I had listened to where you can purchase this record. This was released in January of 2023. I just happened to come across it. I'd never heard of this before, and I was just so excited to hear something that just really grabbed me and something I felt I could listen to over and over again, and I definitely can. As people who know me will tell you, once I find something I like, I play the hell out of it until everybody around me goes away. But this is what I've been listening to lately. Anyway, let me talk about his music. Kind of reminds me of getting something super exciting in like a plain brown wrapper. To me, if you to look at this and then get into here and start listening to it, you're like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. That's how this was. Very melodic, but strange. There's enough strangeness to it that really draws you in. And this Don Cole, his voice is gorgeous. He has a gorgeous voice. On his Bandcamp page, somebody mentions Nielsen on there, and that's what it kind of puts me in mind too. You know how when Harry Nielsen sings those early Nielsen songs, where you just can't believe how good his voice sounds. That's how Don Cole's voice is. It's not like Nielsen, but it's in that way it is. It's just a very listenable, very pleasant voice to listen to. The instrumentation is odd. It's enough to it's experimental enough to make it interesting, but not so much that it pushes listeners away. The hot word I hear a lot now is accessible. It's accessible music, but there's a little trippiness involved, a little psych involved. Let me just go through. Well, let me show the album first. So that's the cover. And then the record itself. The name of the album is Level Green, which was kind of a mystery to me. There's a song on here called Level Green. Doesn't really give you much more of a clue, but this is really super cool. You know me and my colored label, or colored vinyl. Then, I love that stuff. The inner sleeve, this nice collage. There's a little more mention of level green there. Another thing that Don does is he includes the lyrics in here. And I am very much a word man when it comes to music. I've been known to shun music if it doesn't have words. I'm getting better, folks. I'm getting better. But I really like strong lyrics. And when I mean say strong, I want something that is meaningful but not spelled out for me, and that's exactly what he does here. Just he has this great voice, a great way with phrases, a great way of mixing lines together or running them together. I'm going to talk about the individual songs on here briefly, but what I want you to do is I want you to, even if you do it now and you go away from this video, this is a good time to check it out. Go down to the link below, click on this Bandcamp, play that first song. It's called Go To or Head For. Listen to it for 30 seconds. Then listen to it for the next 30 seconds. So listen to a full minute. The first 30 seconds really draws you in, but then there's a kind of change of pace in there that draws you in even further. And if you're like me, you'll find yourself, you listen to the whole song, and then you'll listen to the next song, etc., etc. So if you feel like doing that now, that's great. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking here. I wrote some notes on all these songs. I'm just going to read some of the stuff I wrote. Generally, I wrote it's very textured, a lot of layered vocals, an excellent use of distortion. I wrote uses distortion perfectly. Not crazy, but enough to make it interesting. Then I wrote the lyrics themselves are also textured. So when you read the lyrics, you can tell there's more than meets the eye. Those were my general notes. I want to kind of go over these songs just quickly because just listening to this is going to be what sells this record, and that's what I really want to do. I want to support this young man, this Don Cole, as much as possible. I've already kind of talked about the first song, Go To or Head For. They're just the guitar and vocal, just fantastic. Level Green, the namesake for the album, to me, it's a beautifully mysterious song. It starts off with a bike crash, but it seems to go much further. You'll know what I mean when you watch it. Which One Is Right? It's kind of opposing cliches. He kind of goes through these, and what's the line in here that always... Somebody's right, and it's not me. Just some excellent lyrics. As you know, I'm a word man, better than a bird man. James Douglas Morrison. That's Me, Baby. It's kind of a broken heart song, but without being cliche. And that's what is beautiful about these things. You know how Dylan can write a song, and he talks about how Dylan can write a song that everybody's experienced, but he doesn't do it in a way that is cliche, makes it interesting. That's how I feel about this song. That's Me, Baby. It's kind of a broken heart song, but believe me, the word broken heart isn't in there, or the term. Just great words, great sound. The even the ahs and the ohs in these songs are just very melodic. I Can't Be With You. When I first listened to this album, this was my favorite song, and it's still right up there. I think I have one that has turned into a favorite since then. but I Can't Be With You has some great keyboard. It has a really catchy chorus. It has this crazy, noisy fade out. That ends the first side, and then side two, Outside the Window. If you want to hear just some, when I talk about lyrical mastery, if you just want to go to that song, Out the Window, just listen to it for a little bit. That's what I'm talking about, this lyrical mastery, just a way of turning a phrase and just taking mundane things and making it sound exciting and wonderful. Daniel Blake is on the piano on that. That piano really stood out in that song for me. Find Our Love Again, I wrote down gorgeous vocals, melodic scat. It's not really a scat. I couldn't figure out how to describe it, but when you listen to it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Flowers on Jupiter, more fascinating vocals. I wrote great use of automated beats. So some of the instruments are in here, very interesting stuff you don't hear. There's obviously some keyboards involved, and these keyboards are really, he uses them very effectively. Some of my favorite things. On this song, it sounds like, one of those pre-programmed beats that you can do on organs and stuff. That's what it sounds like to me, but it uses it wonderfully. Just sounds great. And then Hold Your Own is number 4 on side 2. This is the one that I think has become my favorite recently. There's a thing in literature called the objective correlative, and all it means is sometimes a poet or writer will use a series of words, and if you ask somebody, what does that mean? Nobody really knows what it means, but everybody gets the same feel from it. And that's kind of how this reminds me, what this reminds me of. It's Hold Your Own. To me, it's, there's a mystery there. There's a melancholy, almost an anger there, a subtle anger. When I listen to it, I definitely get strong feelings, but I would be hard pressed to tell you exactly what the song is about. Maybe after I listen to it a few more times, it'll hit me. But it's really gorgeous. It has kind of I wrote in here a Revolution number 9 break in the song. Incredibly interesting song, and I just love it. So right now, that's probably my favorite song on the record. It might change later. And then the last song is Life Is Only Short If You Waste It. This has one of these great lines in it that just stood out to me right away. And the line is, lots of folks are out and hiding things they ought to shout. That's all I'm going to say about that. I just love that line. In the context of the song, it's even better. So I'm just going to urge you to go over to the Bandcamp, listen to these songs. You don't have to take my word for it. You can listen to it yourself. But I did want to give Don Cole some exposure here. I'm just really impressed with it. Of course, my little YouTube channel isn't going to get the attention this artist really deserves. So I'm hoping a bigger channel, maybe Rachel's Ghost or Matthew Street, somebody might listen to this and give this man the exposure that I think he deserves. I think we could do for him, what the vinyl community has kind of done for First Boy on the Moon. So speaking of First Boy on the Moon, soon I will be reviewing Sophia from First Boy on the Moon. And because of the revenue generated by the vinyl community, David Pedraza was able to re-release their first record. So that's available now. I'm going to talk about this in the next day or two, but I just to whet your appetite for what's coming up. Anyway, go over and listen to, or what should I say? Don't go over. That's a little too cliche. Why don't you go to or head for Don Cole's Bandcamp page, give him a listen, and support this young artist. I'd always like to say when I do a record review, these weren't sent to me to review. This wasn't given to me for free. I listened to it. I loved it. I bought it, and I love it more than now that I have it and I can play it. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you again very soon.